And hello everyone and welcome for the fourth round of the GTfusiOn 2023. Bonjour à toutes et à tous, bienvenue pour cette quatrième manche du GTfusiOn 2023 World Championship sur le circuit de Tokyo Expressway. 4 courses au programme avec, vous le voyez d'ores et déjà, la grille de départ de ce soir. Le lobby n'est pas encore ouvert, lobby is still not open yet. Should be done in few minutes, I think. 4 races planned tonight, 2 short race and 2 longer race, with 2 qualifying sessions between before race 1 and race 3. The short race, the sprint race, race 1 and race 3 are 5 laps length. Race 2 and race 4, 15 laps, not 15 and 14, 15 laps both. With 12 drivers, 6 people from Poland, Jaro, Kubica, Bigos, Kociek, Eden Noir, and Zimowit, from respectively the Elite Extreme Squad, the RM Polska, and the Husaria Racing Team. 2 Greek drivers from the Gran Turismo Greek community and the Hellenic Knights Racing Team, Panos and Timoros. We have also Canados from the Hellenic Knights Racing Team with us. 1 Italian drivers from the Inc Racing, it's Bruco Mella, and 2 French drivers, JB Sub and Ja Willange. 2 pilotes français dans ce groupe F. Alors que je surveille si le lobby est bien ouvert. Is the lobby open? No, I still don't see it. Should be open in a few moments. I hope you heard me correctly. J'espère que tout va bien dans le chat. On va switcher entre le français et l'anglais. On sera majoritairement en anglais ce soir du fait de n'avoir que 2 pilotes sur les 12 français. The broadcast will be made majoritarily, mainly in English. Tonight, don't worry, some moment will be French, but the main race will be commentated in English. Is the lobby open? I don't see the lobby actually. This is an issue. Okay. Is the lobby open? No, it's still not open. I'm gonna check if I see the lobby. Room 4. Oh, okay, it's open. It's this one? It's probably this one. I'm gonna check. Okay. I think I've joined the good lobby. Je pense que je suis au bon endroit. Ah non. No. That's a fail. Sorry guys. Okay, lobby is still not open. It could be nice to be open soon because we are supposed to have the start of the qualifying session at in 10 minutes. From now, 5 minutes of qualifying session with fuel consumption on, but no tire consumption. 5 laps for the first race, 3 times for the fuel consumption, tire depletion on 5 times. Is the lobby open? The lobby is not open. I don't see the lobby. What the hell? What the hell? Why there is no lobby? Hello? Let me check. Who is supposed to be the host of tonight? It's supposed to be Kociek. Volume général est un peu faible. Ah, mon volume général est un peu faible. Ok, Loco, merci pour l'info. Par contre, je ne vois pas de lobby ouvert, mon cher Loco. C'est bizarre cette histoire. C'est bizarre. Attendez, je vais aller voir. J'ai rapproché aussi le micro de ma bouche. Ça ira mieux aussi. Lobby seems not open. Yeah, my microphone is a bit low. Okay, should be better now. Doesn't need to be too loud. But there is still no lobby open actually for the group F. Thank you, Loco. Thank you. I am blind or what? I'm gonna refresh the list. Group D, that's not us. We are Group F tonight. No lobby open, actually. I don't see the lobby, actually. I'm gonna leave and rejoin the lobby mode. Okay, lobby is open. Okay, I'm gonna join the lobby. We are about to join the lobby. Hi, Vibo. Hi, everyone. Hi, Bigos. There is no lobby. Lobby just opened, actually. Lobby just opened by Kosiek. It's, yes, HRT Kosiek, the host of tonight. And lobby just opened. Okay, let's switch into in-game mode. Let's activate the PS5 sound. Just, okay. Fade out the music. Okay, lobby just opened. We are about to start. You can see 15 minutes of qualifying session, then 5 laps race for the first of our 4th race tonight. Sorry, I'm really sorry. First of all, I'm really sorry. I'm not used to broadcast in English, but as we have a lot of non-French speaking drivers on the line tonight in this group F, most of the broadcast will be in English, so no worries. You can stay if you are not speaking French. For French audience, some part of the broadcast will be in French, mainly for the when French drivers are involved. You can see lobby just opened, and there is no French driver actually on the lobby. So we are supposed to be 12 drivers plus me. It should be 13 on the lobby. So it's joining. We are not late. Qualifying session is supposed to start at 15, so we are good. We are still good. The 3 Greek drivers, Kanados, Panos, and Timoros, just joined, which is perfect. We also have Bigos who is with us, and I saw I have some issue with the PSN ID and flags for drivers. I'm gonna edit this right now. Up. Okay. Okay, everyone is joining. JB Sub just joined, the French driver from the GTWGP. JB Sub nous a rejoint. Il doit manquer encore. Okay, Winange just join us as well. I'm gonna just edit for the race results, the PSN ID of everyone, just to be in line. We have time before the start of the qualifying session. Okay. All good, and we are almost all there. One driver is apparently... Oh no, we are 13. We are all there. Perfect. Lobby is full. Everyone is already there for the start of the qualifying session. We are in time. Everyone is in the lobby. This is absolutely perfect. We are about to start this qualifying session soon. La qualification qui va démarrer dans quelques instants. Tout le monde est là. Vous le voyez, nos 2 pilotes français, Willange et JB Sub, sont avec nous. On ne va pas tarder à démarrer. 5 minutes de qualification sur le circuit de Tokyo Expressway Est horaire avec cette Amuse NISMO 380 RS Super Leggera bodybuildé. Tonight 4 races on the Tokyo Expressway East Clockwise track with this Amuse NISMO 380 RS Super Leggera power charge, and no nitro is allowed, by the way. Nitro has been forbidden by the staff of the GTfusiOn. Just gotta check is everything is okay on the live. Don't hesitate to tell me on the chat if there is any issue regarding the sound or anything. I saw you on the chat. Thank you for joining, for watching this long race of GTfusiOn tonight for the round 4 of the GTfusiOn 2023 World Championship. Just gonna check everyone PSN ID, flag and everything. GB Sub, we are good. Kosiek, same. Zimovit, I think it's like this. Don't hesitate to tell me if I'm not pronouncing correctly the PSN ID of the drivers. Kubika, I think we're good. Yes, we're good. Brucomela, Ins Brucomela 53. We are good. The Italian driver from the Ink Racing team. Jaro BMW. Jaro BMW G. Okay, it's GXF Jaro BMW from the Elite Extreme Squad is also there. Timoros, the Greek driver from the Gran Turismo Greek community, is in the lobby. Bigos PL81 from UK is also with us, the pilot from the Euros Team Racing. Eden Noir, with such a French nickname, Eden Noir, the Polish driver from the Usaria Team Racing is also there. Willange from Team GT Fiber, TGTF Willange 55, and Panos and Canados. So it's HK RT. Where is Panos? He just left. Oh no, he's there. Panos, we good, and it's Canados with Canados 1965 GT Pro, a Greek driver from the LNX Night. We are all good. Okay, I'm fine there. Duck, everything is all right. Okay, we are about to go on track to check the cars if everything is okay. Of course, for those who are discovering this broadcast, you will have a banner. Oh, the banner is not. Oh, I want to be in spectator, not on track. Perfect. You will have this banner. Perfect. This warm-up banner with all the informations you need to watch the race in the best conditions ever. It's not room 3, by the way. Oh, there's so much mistake tonight. It's not room 3. It's room 4 tonight. I'm gonna edit this quickly. And then we go on track. Qualifying session is about to start in a few minutes now. La qualification qui ne devrait pas tarder à démarrer. 5 minutes de qualification. 5 minutes of qualifying session before the first race of the evening. Just checking if everything is okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. We are with the sport tires on this Amuse NISMO 380 RS Super Leggera. Let's show all the information. And actually in this warm-up session before the qualifying session, it's Eden Noir with the fastest in 2 minutes 06. We'll have plenty of time to go on board and to discover this racetrack in this configuration. Setup enable, of course. And our 12 drivers are on track. Actually, JB Sub qui est juste ici pour la GTWGP, je le disais, hein, pour ceux qui nous rejoignent, pour les francophones, on va faire la majorité de ce stream en anglais, hein, étant donné qu'on n'a que 2 petits pilotes français et 10 pilotes étrangers. On va voilà, faire quelques petits passages quand même pendant quelques instants. I think we are ready. On va juste mettre... Oups, sorry. Broadcast ready. Okay. Broadcast ready. Perfect. Yeah, it's 9:15 CET actually, and we are about to start the qualifying session, the first qualifying session of the evening, which set the grid for the first race. It's a reverse grid for race 2 and race 4 regarding results of race 1 and race 3. On le rappelle, des qualifications pour les courses 1 et 3, mais une grille inversée sur le résultat des courses précédentes pour les courses 2 et 4. 12 pilotes qui seront donc sur la grille et qui vont s'affronter ce soir. And we're about to start soon the qualifying session. 15 minutes of qualifying duration for our 12 drivers. Please respect each other. Exactly. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm just updating the banner just to be ready for the qualifying session. And we are about to start soon for our 12 drivers. Just take a look again at the entry list before it starts. 12 drivers. The best drivers in the overall ranking is Jaro from the Elite Extreme Squad, 80th on the overall ranking, with one of the best elo, I think. No, it's Panos with the highest elo. Oh no, not. It's Kociek with the highest elo. Tonight, Jaro, Kubica, Kociek, Eden Noir, and Zimovit for the Polish driver. 3 Greek drivers, Panos, Timoros, and Canados. 2 French drivers, Willange and GB Sub. And 1 Italian driver, Brucomella from the Inc Racing. And Bigos representing the United Kingdom. We are about to start this qualifying session. La qualification qui démarre. 15 minutes au programme. 15 minutes of qualifying session in sport tires, sport soft tires used by everyone, of course, for this qualifying session. On est parti et c'est Kociek qui mène la danse. Kociek leading the field and about to be the first driver doing the first chrono lap of this session. We are on board with the Polish driver from the Usaria Racing team after this double right turn, going in the most tricky section there, just below the bridge, right here in the S section. Pretty quick actually, with this very powerful Amuse NISMO 380 RS Super Leggera, 518 bhp and a weight of 1,270 kilograms for this car with open setup, of course, and sports tires for the whole evening tonight. The exit of the tricky section, and there is one final corner, this hairpin, and we are coming really quick. More than 250 kilometers per hour when you take brakes for this hairpin, and the long straight for finishing the lap and starting the new one. And Kociek about to start the first chrono lap of the session. Our 12 drivers are now on track, les 12 pilotes qui sont en piste, et c'est parti pour cette séance de qualification avec Kociek qui va être le premier à s'élancer dans cette séance de qualification, suivi de très près par Jaro BMW, not far behind Kociek, with a very good livery. I love it, the livery on Kociek. And it's 4 Polish drivers in front, actually, leading the field in this first qualifying lap of the evening. 15 minutes, so we have plenty of time for the drivers to do their the best lap possible. And I hope everything is okay for the broadcast, for the sound. And a first good sector for Kociek coming into the S's. Perfect. Really quick, really fast. Nice line found by the Usaria Racing Team driver. The highest halo on this group. Leaving the tricky section, going back onto the main highway. Oh, be careful with the walls. Be careful and we have a damage on Kociek. Damage on the car. We are on heavy damage in this lobby on the GTfusiOn. Les dégâts sévères, hein. Les dégâts forts qui sont activés sur la voiture. And Kociek about to finish his lap, but I think he is about to go on the pit maybe. Est-ce que Kociek va rentrer au stand? Oh yeah, he's about to go into the pit lane, I think, or not? Yes, he is pitting. Kociek pitting because of its damage on its car, and it's 2 cars coming for Jaro and Zimovit, the Elite Extreme Squad. P1 for Zimovit. Actually, Eden Noir coming, P5, Willange from the TGTF. 4ème Willange actuellement, le pilote de la team GT Fever. JB Sub, 6ème. Ah, dépassé à l'instant par Canados. Canados P6. JB Sub P7. Bigos coming now for finishing its lap. The driver from the Euros Team Racing, the British driver, finishing its lap. And it's the third chrono of the session, actually. Just behind Timo Ross, P2. And Brucomella, the Italian driver, coming as well from the Inc Racing. And is P2, just in front of Timo Ross for Brucomella. Brucomella deuxième dans cette qualification, 80 millième devant Timo Ross, troisième. Timo Ross P3, just behind Brucomella by 0.080 seconds. 80 thousandths of a second between P2 and P3 in this qualifying. Timo Ross in the field is following one of the French drivers. I think it's Willange. Yeah, no, it's GB Sub, sorry. GB Sub et Willange. Attention, le contact avec le mur extérieur ici. Be careful on the outside of this left corner. Do not hit the wall too heavily and avoiding damage on the car. Yeah, he has the slipstream Timo Ross from GB Sub. L'aspiration trouvée par Timo Ross sur GB Sub. Attention à ne pas être gêné dans l'épingle. Be careful to not be blocked in this hairpin by the French driver in front. It seems good. Better exit, I think, for the Greek drivers. He lost some time in this sector. He's far away behind. And Jaro improving. Panos P2 now. And Canados P3. The two Hellenic Knights Racing Team drivers has improved a lot, and now P2 and P3 still they move it. Improve in first position, improving. Be careful with Jaro P7 now. And yeah, Brucomella back to P5 now because Bigos just improved the British driver. Now P4 in this qualifying session. Pour l'instant, Ziemovic, le pilote polonais, de la Elite Extreme Squad, qui est pour l'instant en pole. Et Brucomella qui améliore, mais toujours en 5e position. Amélioration de Kubica également, mais c'est en dehors du top 8 pour le moment. Et Panos revenu très proche. Panos very close from the leader in this qualifying session. The first two drivers really close. Trying to follow Jaro just in front of them. Très close pour l'instant. Et oui, on fait des appels de phare. Some flashlight made by Panos, who just overtook Ziemovic, maybe improving the Greek drivers from the Hellenic Knights Racing Team. And he got the slipstream from Jaro now. Et le passage dans l'épingle pour Panos. Tiny lag from Panos, but I think it's decent enough to drive. He's a bit late at the end of the sector, Panos, but he got the slipstream. Maybe a good straight for improving maybe the time and maybe taking P1 in this qualifying. Oh, very close with Jaro and no improvement, but he's very close. No improvement as well for Canados. Timo Ross coming now and improving and tanking the pole provisionally. The provisional pole for Timo Ross by 4 thousandths of a second now, and the top 3 separated by 70 thousandths of a second. It's very close, but it's Timo Ross now leading this qualifying session. Canados P4, Bigos in the pit, P5 now. Brucomella improving or not, we will see for the Italian driver. And taking the pole! Oh, with a nice 2 minutes 01.901 for the Italian drivers now on pole. It's improving a lot in this session actually. Kubica P7, Eden Noir P8, Jaro P9, now Willange P10, GB Sub on 11th position. It's Kociek now last in this qualifying, but no time set still for the HRT driver. We'll stay with Kociek for its first qualifying lap of the session. On board. En caméra embarquée avec Kociek qui va réaliser son premier tour chrono de la soirée. And 5 minutes remaining before the end of this qualifying session. 5 minutes encore avant la fin de la séance de qualification. Et la première course sprint. And we're on board with Kociek. Some drivers arriving, finishing their lap. Can we see some improvement? Can Brucomela keep its P1 actually? And sadly, the two French drivers closing the ranking behind ahead of Kociek. But the HRT driver has still no time set in this qualifying. Nice exit of the double right-hander there. Now coming into the tricky section. In those S's. Les S à venir pour Kociek. Oh, purple. First sector actually for Kociek. Williams improving by a lot in the top 8 actually. La belle amélioration de Williams dans le top 8 pour l'instant. On reste avec Panos sans caméra embarquée pour l'instant très rapide. Kociek, pardon. Kociek finishing sector 2. Is it easy still in purple at the end of sector 2? And answer is probably not. It sounds like, yeah, we didn't see the sector. Last sector coming for Kociek, the hairpin, and then the long straight up to the finish line. L'arrivée de Kociek, le passage dans l'épingle et la remontée vers la ligne d'arrivée pour le Polonais. Avec le plus haut elo hein, dans ce salon. Pas le mieux classé, mais avec le plus haut elo. Kociek about to finish its lap. Let's see the time for the Polish driver. Is it the provisional pole at 3 minutes before the end of this qualifying session? And it's P5. Nice P5 in 2 minutes 02.345 for Kociek. And it's Panos now leading this qualifying session in a 2 minutes 01.454 for the Greek driver. And improving by more than a tenth of a second. Zimovic still P2. Brucomela coming. Is P3. It's Timoros on the line, not improving actually. Some drivers are on the pit lane, I think. Yeah, two drivers are on the pit lane. JB Seb and Eden Noir in the pit lane. And Willange improving, is P8 now. P8 pour l'instant pour Willange, le pilote de la TGTF. Il va essayer d'améliorer. Il reste moins de 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes before the end of the session. Drivers will be allowed to finish their lap, of course. Les pilotes qui auront bien évidemment la possibilité de terminer leur tour chrono. Allez, arrivé dans le double droite pour Willange. 8ème pour le moment. Le pilote de la TGTF. La belle accélération et on va voir le premier secteur si c'est une amélioration personnelle ou pas après ce virage à gauche. Et pas d'amélioration mais seulement un peu moins de 2 dixièmes de retard. 2 tenths left, 2 tenths behind its own personal lap for Willange. P8 still. Oh, with a damage on its car. Damage on the Willange car. I did not notice it. And Bigos improving at the end of sector 1, at the end of the long straight. P7 actually in this qualifying session. 50 seconds before the end of this qualifying. And before the first race of the evening. 5 laps for the sprint race. Before the longer race of 15 laps. Coming for our 12 drivers. And Bigos is not in purple anymore, actually. And Panos not improving. Zimovic not improving. not improving as well. Pas d'amélioration pour les leaders. One lap remaining for those drivers actually. And Jaro improving. Not Team Ross. Who is the first driver to take the checkered flag? I think it's Willange. Yeah, Willange qui va prendre le drapeau à la à moins qu'il va rentrer au stand. Yeah, Willange. No improvement for Willange. We are in the final lap for everyone. Is the qualifying session. It's now Brucomela coming. Can he improve? And taking the pole to Panos. Est-ce que Brucomela peut améliorer? La réponse est no. No improvement for Brucomela. Still P3 actually in this qualifying session. Who is coming at the exit of the airplane? It's Bigos. Bigos, big improvement for Bigos. Maybe a top 5 coming for the British driver of the Euros Team Racing. Est-ce que le pilote britannique peut venir aller chercher un top 5? Peut-être mieux encore, la remontée et le passage sur la ligne d'arrivée. Ce sera... And it's P5 for Bigos. Nice P5 in 2 minutes, 2 seconds. 0.102 for Bigos. Who is coming now? It's Canados, P7 in this qualifying actually. Improvement coming or not? Zimovit go back to the pits and improvement and P3! P3 for the Greek drivers. Nice, nice, nice improvement. Kociek coming also to the finish line. Can he improve? Oh, and it's a P4. P4 just behind Canados for 0.005 of a second. Who is coming now? I want to check who is coming. It's Panos. Panos maybe for improving again. And no improvement for Panos. Zimovit has already finished. It's Timoros and Jaro coming now. And P9 for Jaro. And no improvement for Timoros. And I think we are good for this qualifying session. The pole for Panos. I think we are all good. Pole position for Panos for the race 1. You move it. P2. Canados in 3rd position with Kociek alongside him on the 2nd row of the grid. Then we have P5. Brucomela with Timoros on the 3rd row of the grid. P6. And yes, we have done with this qualifying session. Let's take a look at the results if you want. Panos, P1 with Zimovit on the 1st row of the grid. 2nd row with Canados, P3. And Kociek, P4. 3rd row with Brucomela, P5. And Timoros, P6. 4th row of the grid. Bigos, P7. And Willange, P8. And at the back of the grid, we have Jaro, P9. Kubica, P10. And on the last row, Eden Noir, P11, and JB Sub, P12. Malheureusement, nos Français un peu en difficulté. JB Sub 12e et Willange en 8e position. La pole, donc réalisée par Panos. Alors que la course n'a pas démarré. The race has not started yet. We are about to have a 5 laps race coming. I hope everything is okay on the broadcast. 30 seconds to race. Perfect. So we are about to start the first race of the evening. 5 laps with this Amuse NISMO 380 RS Super Leggera. 519 bhp and 1,270 kilograms for the weight of the car. Sports medium tires only for the race. No stop, I think. And we are about to start the race. We are on a standing start grid with a false start check, if I remember correctly. And we are about to race with Panos on pole. 5 laps, 5 tours pour cette première épreuve de la soirée en compagnie du groupe F pour ce GTfusiOn 2023 World Championship. Be careful on the full start and the heavy damage. And we are racing in this Group F of the GTfusiOn 2023 World Championship. The great start from Panos and Canados as well. Zimovit struggling at the beginning of the race. Zimovit now P4. Good start from everyone. No false start by everyone, I think. But Zimovit, who were P2 on the standing start, is now battling with P4, and he has Brucomela just behind him, the first turn, and maybe a switch of position between the two Greek drivers, Panos and Canados. And it's still Panos leading the pack. Oh, be careful on the outside. We have, some drivers crashing. It's Timoros crashing Winange as well. No damage on Winange, but damage for Timoros, and as well for Brucomela. Higher damage on the car of Kubica. Ooh, big crash at the back of the field. Actually, 3 drivers damaged at the beginning of the race, malheureusement. Malheureusement, Winange, pas de dégâts, mais pris dans un accident. 4 drivers involved, 3 of them are have damage. Et pour l'instant, Panos qui mène toujours la danse avec un Canados juste derrière lui. Très bon départ hein, de Canados, parti 3e. The 2 HKRT drivers are now leading the race, Panos and Canados. And just behind we have Kociak P3, Bigos in 4th position, with some Polish drivers behind him, Zimovit, Jaro, Eden Noir P7. Nice start from the driver of the Usaya Racing Team, starting P11, if I remember correctly, and now battling in P7. Oh, and Bigos! Ooh, be careful, Bigos. Oh, and damage on car. Damage on Bigos' car. We will take a look at what happened. What happened? It's on the... Oh, contact. Contact with the car in front of him. And Bigos into the pit lane now. Same for Brucomela. Timoros as well. Thank you for the sub, Nontinho. Thank you very much. No pit stop for Timoros. Kubica not pitting. Winange as well. And Bigos back to the track. In 11th position. Brucomela now is last. The Italian driver. And still Panos leading the race. But Canados is struggling against Kociak, trying to get this P2. La bataille entre le Polonais et le Grec pour la 2e position. And it's still Canados keeping this 2nd position of the race. But now the gap with the leader is almost of 2 seconds between P1 and P2. Grosse bagarre là pour la 2e position ici entre Canados et Kociak. Et derrière c'est Zimovit qui a du mal à suivre. Et un gros écart ici, la bagarre pour la 2e position. Déjà le 2e tour ça va aller vite. Zimovit 4e, 5e position pour Jaro avec juste derrière lui Eden Noir en 6e place désormais. JB Sub remonte au 7e rang. La belle remontée de JB Sub. Nice comeback from the French driver JB Sub. Now P7. Timoros. P8 now. P9 for Winange. P10 Kubica. And at the back we have Bigos P11 and Brucomela P12. The end of the 2nd lap already of this 2nd lap. Still Panos leading the field with Canados just behind him, and Kociak, who lost a bit of time now. Oh yeah, I have to remove this. Sorry. Oh. Okay, all good. Kociak P3 trying to catch Canados in front of him. Oh, and behind there is a big battle for P5 between Jaro and Eden Noir. Eden Noir, nice comeback from Eden Noir, from the Usaya Racing Team driver. Battling with Jaro just in front of him at more than 300 kilometers per hour. Big braking coming for the 2 guys. Jaro on the inside, keeping the P5. Can Eden Noir try to find an opener on the driver in front of him? No. Jaro from the Elite Extreme Squad is defending well and he maintained this 5th position. But Eden Noir is very close now. La grosse bagarre là pour la P6. Pour la P5, pardon, entre Jaro et Eden Noir. Il va avoir du mal à revenir derrière. Est-ce que ça se bagarre? Non, des écarts assez importants entre les pilotes. À l'arrière du peloton, Canados qui continue de garder cette 2e place pour l'instant. Et un Panos pour l'instant toujours impérial dans ce début de course. Attention, be careful with the walls for Canados. Attention, attention. And Jaro defending against Eden Noir at the exit of the tricky section of the track. Coming to the hairpin, to the final hairpin. Eden Noir going on the inside. Can Eden Noir overtake? Oh, it's very close. It's very close, but Eden Noir is on the inside. Better exit for Eden Noir. Now P5. Nice overtake from the Usaria Racing Team drivers against Jaro from the Elite Extreme Squad. Now P6. And GTfusiOn trying to catch the two drivers in front of him. GTfusiOn qui va essayer de rattraper les deux pilotes devant, bien sûr. 2 laps to go for the leaders, actually. Et l'aspiration maintenant donnée par Eden Noir à Jaro. Now, Jaro got the benefit of the slipstream on Eden Noir on the inside before turn 1. Oh là, ça va très vite entre les deux voitures. Ça va très vite à plus de 300 km/h. On va se jeter dans ce freinage dans ce premier virage à droite. Et Jaro à l'intérieur. Jaro taking back its 5th position of the race. Very strong battle between these two guys. But it's still Jaro now in front of Eden Noir. Meanwhile, at the front, Canados is gaining time on Kociak P3. 1.1 seconds between P2 and P3 now. And Eden Noir. Oh, what happened to Eden Noir? Oh, Eden Noir. Oh, Eden Noir. The crash for Eden Noir. What happened to Eden Noir who were battling? Oh, he clipped the wall. He clipped the wall, sadly. And oh, big crash for Eden Noir. Who was probably... You were probably on the edge with this battle against Jaro, and he's back to P11. Bigos gain a position. And the final lap, which is about to start for the leaders. Panos still leading. On be careful of the comeback of Kociak against Canados. He is very close, actually. Kociak maybe taking P2 to Canados. And to avoid the 1-2 for the two HKRT drivers in this first race of the evening. Est-ce que Kociak va pouvoir briser l'hégémonie de la HKRT? Les deux pilotes grecs pour l'instant aux 2 premières positions. Est-ce que le pilote de la Usaria Racing Team peut venir contrecarrer les plans des 2 pilotes grecs? Et derrière Zimovic, seul 4e. Jaro P5. GTfusiOn P6. Nice comeback from the 2 French drivers. GTfusiOn P6. Willange P7 avoiding all the drama in this race. Les 2 pilotes français. Oh, attention Willange qui rate son freinage. Willange who missed his braking and just got overtook by Brucomela P7 now. But it's a nice comeback in general for the 2 French drivers. Et Kociak, caméra embarquée on board with Kociak for the final lap of this race. Battle for P2. Panos is too far away to be worried about this battle. And he's about to probably win this race, Panos. The exit of the tricky part, the tricky section. One more turn, come, one more turn. And Kociak is very close, still very close. Can he go on the inside? On Canados? Oh, it's... No, he won't. Or maybe at the exit. Maybe at the exit with the slipstream. Maybe at the exit with the slipstream. Meanwhile, Panos is about to win the first race of the evening. The first race coming for Panos. And Panos, please camera, taking the checkered flag, the win for Panos, and the photo finish, and it's for 13,000 of a second. Canados keeping its P2, Zimovit P4, Jaro in 5th position, taking the checkered flag. Brucomela, P6, il just overtook JB Sub P7, Willange P8, la belle remontée des deux pilotes français, oui, ils sont même pas loin l'un et l'autre. Bigos P9, top 10 for Timo Ross, taking the checkered flag. Eden Noir, sadly, is about to finish second to last. P11 for Eden Noir, and Kubica finishing the race in last position, and the fastest lap for Brucomela in 2 minutes 02 202.054 for Brucomela. What a first race this evening. Very close battle for P2, but Panos was too quick maybe in this first race. Race 2 coming, 15 laps, but a reverse grid, which means Panos is about to start last in this race. And Kubica will start from the first position on the grid, with Eden Noir on the first row, second row of the grid for race 2, with Timo Ross, and I don't remember who it was, GB Sub, I think, but the first win of the evening for Panos. Let's save the replay first, of course. Let's show the results and put some music, of course. Okay, the results of this race with the first win of the evening for Panos, with Canados and Kociak on the podium on this first race. Zimovit P4, Jaro is on 5th position, Brucomela is P6, P7 for JB Sub 7e, 8e place pour Willange. And after we have Bigos P9, Timoros P10, Eden Noir and Kubica closing the ranking of this first race of the evening. Reverse grid for race 2 now, which means Kubica starting first with Eden Noir on the first line of the first row of the grid, Timoros and Bigos P3 and P4, P5 on the grid, Willange with JB Sub P6, Brucomela P7, Jaro P8, Zimovit P9 on the grid, Kociak P10, Canados and Panos P11 and P12 for this race 2. Coming in a few minutes. Maybe a refresh of the lobby. I hope everything is okay on the broadcast. Don't hesitate to tell me if there is any issue. J'espère que tout va bien pour tout le monde. Deuxième course de la soirée qui va pas tarder à démarrer. 15 tours au programme. Hop, voilà, on va baisser un peu la musique. So. Do we have a new lobby or the settings are just reset? I don't remember if there is a new lobby or no. Save your replay. Yeah, replay saved. I have the replay, no worries. I must create a new lobby. Okay. Kociak about to create a new lobby. Just the time for me to show you the results of the race 1. You have the results with Panos winning this race, Canados P2, Kociak P3, then Zimovit, Jaro, Brucomela, JB Sub, Willange, Bigos, Timoros, Eden Noir, and Kubica. Okay, we're just waiting for the new lobby to be open. Just waiting to Kociak to close the lobby. Okay. I hope everything is okay on the broadcast. I'm not used to commentate mainly in English, so I try to do my best, but do not hesitate if there is any issue on the broadcast. Okay, lobby just closed. So Kociek is about to reopen a new lobby for the race 2. And we will have a short break between race 2 and race 3 for the second part of the evening. Okay. Waiting for lobby to be open. Not Dragon Trail. Tokyo Expressway East Clockwise configuration. Tokyo Expressway East Clockwise. There we are. Okay, lobby just open. We are about to join. Let's go into the lobby. Okay. We're gonna remove the banner actually, because we are not in race 1 anymore. On n'est plus dans la première course de la soirée. Bien sûr. And it's pretty sunny. It's not the night anymore. Ce n'est plus la nuit. Ça va être le petit jour pour cette deuxième épreuve. Okay, lobby just reopened. Everyone is joining as you can see. And we have a 15 laps race with sports hards and sports mediums tires required for the race. Tire and fuel consumption is the same as than the sprint race. 5 times for the tire wear, 3 times for the fuel consumption. And as you can see, all tires are usable, but hard and mediums mandatory for this race. And we have only 5, 6, 7, 8 drivers. 4 drivers are still missing actually before starting the second race of the night. Quelques pilotes qui manquent encore à l'appel, mais ça ne devrait pas tarder à démarrer, je pense. Ça y est, c'est en train de rejoindre. Drivers are joining. C'est Willange qui vient de rejoindre. Il manque JB Sub aussi qui n'est pas encore arrivé. Je vois que ça rejoint. Drivers are coming. Zimovit just joined. JB Sub missing, I think. Jaro and Willange still loading. I think we are about to start. 12 out of 16. So one driver is missing. And it's JB Sub from the GTWGP. Il manque plus que JB Sub et on va pouvoir démarrer cette deuxième soirée, cette deuxième course de la soirée sur le circuit de Tokyo Expressway. 15 tours avec les pneus durs et moyens obligatoires durant cette épreuve. Un arrow stand donc à venir. Everyone please register your car. 10, 11 avec Brucomella. Un pilote qui manque encore à l'appel, c'est JB Sub. Je vais juste mettre un message. Ok. C'est bien JB Sub qui manque. Ils ne sont plus que 11. Mon cher JB Sub, nous t'attendons. One driver is missing before starting the race 2 of the evening. 15 laps still on Tokyo Expressway in its east clockwise configuration. This long straight. Okay, he's joining JB Sub. Perfect. Is there, so our 12 drivers are still present, and we're about to start this race to 15 laps, a longer race with some strategy coming probably, and a reverse grid. It's Kubica starting P1 in this race. Kubica on the first row of the grid on pole position with just behind him, let me check, on the second position of the grid, Eden Noir, the Polish driver from the Usaya Racing Team, the teammate of Kociek, is about to start P2 on the first row of the grid, and Canados and Panos starting last on the grid for this second race. Be careful on the first turn of the track. We saw some drama in this sprint race with 4 drivers involved and 3 of them damaged after the first turn. So be very, very careful, drivers, at the start of this race too. With a reverse grid. Attention au départ, on l'a vu tout à l'heure. Hein. 4 pilotes impliqués dans un accident au premier virage. 3 d'entre eux avec des dégâts forts. Just... Broadcast is ready. Ok. Broadcast ready. Et je pense qu'on va pas tarder à démarrer. Oh, alors que j'ai l'air d'avoir un petit décalage. Just wait 2 seconds. You won't miss anything. Don't worry, I just have like a audio synchronization issue on my end. So I'm gonna just refresh it. Should be good. Perfect. Perfect. Grid order set. Please verify everyone. Okay. Driver has to verify. Kubica P1 and Edward P2. Team Rose, Bigos, Willon, JB Sub. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. For me, we're good. Seems good. Okay. Yeah, okay for me. Perfect. So we are about to start the second race of the evening. Second race coming. La deuxième épreuve de la soirée qui ne va pas tarder à démarrer. Et voilà, le décompte. The timer is on. We are about to start race 2 of this evening. 15 laps still with this Amuse NISMO 380 RS Super Leggera. 519 bhp, 1,270 kilograms. Setup open, and as you can see, Kubica on pole with Eden Noir just behind him. The 2 drivers who finished last in the qualifying session, in the first race of this evening. Be careful with the false start. Hard tires for top 2. Timoros on mediums. Same for Bigos. And we have Kociak also with medium tires. And we are racing for race 2. 3 drivers with medium compounds. And already a 3 wide for the first turn coming now. Okay, Timoros taking a good start in Noir already P4 now. Bigos gaining a position before this first turn. Be careful on the braking zone. It's coming very fast, and some drivers damage at the back. It seems good. Oh, we have a driver with some issue. It's Kociak, I think. No, it's not Kociak. Oh, be careful there. Brucomela and Kociak. It's Eden Noir. Eden Noir struggling at the back. Now P7. Meanwhile, Team Rose is now leading the race. Bigos P2. Willange P3. Troisième pour Willange pour l'instant. Le bon départ du pilote de la TGTF. Jaro P4. Canados P5 already. Canados de retour en 5e position. Back to P5 after only 1 sector and half. JBS P6. Kociak trying to overtake the French driver. Yes, it goes well for Kociak now. Back to P6. JBS P7. Zimovit P8. Brucomela in 9th position. Panos P10. Eden Noir P11. Oh, with a huge damage. Oh, and a damage again also for Kubica. Let's take a look on the replay. Oh, they got already damage. Oh, and they hit the wall, and Kubica lost the car after. Okay, big spin for Kubica. 2 driver damage. And he's still... Oops, sorry. And he's still struggling, actually. The end of the first lap coming. And we have still Timoros taking the lead after this first lap. Bigos P2. Willange, 3rd position for the French driver. Willange, très belle 3e place. Was on Jaro! Jaro hit the wall. Oh, and be careful when he go back on track. Oh, Brucomela with some damage or not? Oh, yeah, Brucomela with some damage. Sadly. And Jaro lost its car at the exit of the hairpin. La perte de contrôle. Ah ouais. Oh, et la remise en piste derrière. Be careful when you go back on track, drivers, please. and some drivers already in the pit lane. A lot of drivers on the pit lane. Drivers with hard tires. Willange now with mediums. Canados as well. Zimovic, Panos with medium tires as well. GB Sub with mediums. Yeah, drivers are doing only one lap with the harder tires. Ouais, on ne va faire qu'un seul tour avec les pneus durs. Bruco, mais là, finalement, pas trop de temps de perdu. Qui est rentré au stand et a repris les médiums. Jarro avec des médiums également. Et les noirs en pneus médiums. Bigos, 3 drivers not pitting actually. Bigos, Team Ross with damage and Kociak as well. Then it's Willange leading the race for the other drivers. Canados P5. But our 3 drivers who start the race in medium tires are still on track. 3 pilotes de tête qui sont partis avec les pneus médiums, qui ne se sont donc pas arrêtés. Kociak qui va essayer de trouver l'ouverture sur Timo Ross. Et non, Timo Ross trying to defend its position against Kociak. The GTGC driver is trying to keep its second position with some iron suspension damage at the front right. And Bigos almost 2 seconds ahead of these 2 drivers now coming to the final hairpin. Kociak on the inside, can he take the P2? No, he's a bit too far away to try to overtake Timo Ross. And it's already the end of lap 2. Timo Ross still P2, battling with Kociak. Willange leading the second field, the second pack. The gap of drivers who did their first pit stop of the race. And he's followed by Canados and Panos. Willange qui essaye de tenir face aux 2 pilotes grecs de la HKRT qui ont remporté la première épreuve de la soirée, on le rappelle. Alors que Kociak a réussi à passer Timo Ross. Kociak, now P2, just overtook Timo Ross. Yeah, because of the aero damage on the GTGC car. And Timo Ross now P3. And Willange trying to keep this P4, this provisional P4, before having Bigos, Kociak and Timo Ross pitting. Et Willange qui va essayer de tenir là. Et il faut tenir Willange face à 2 gros morceaux là, hein. Face aux pilotes qui ont terminé premier et deuxième de la première course sprint. Ah, c'est difficile là. Et ils reviennent très fort, Canados et Panos. The 2 Hellenic Knights Racing Team drivers chasing Willange in front of him, and Zimovic just behind the 2 Greek drivers. Can Canados try to overtake the front driver? Or can Willange defend enough to keep this 4th position? And we've lost someone, I think. Yeah, we've lost a driver. I don't know who just DNF in this race. I don't know who DNF. Who just DNF? I don't see who it is. Why we are only 11? We are now 11. And thank you, Pichakos. Merci beaucoup. Thank you for the follow to the YouTube channel. Thank you, everyone. Senen Noir now. Et Willange qui essaie de tenir toujours. Face à Canados, Panos. Et le retour de Zimovic. Le retour de Zimovic. On board with the Polish driver from the Elite Extreme squad. And there are now 4 drivers battling for P4. Willange P4, Canados P5, Panos P6, and Zimovic P7. And I think it's battling just in front. Yeah, Canados trying to take the slipstream of Willange and to overtake him in the straight. Oh, le dos de front, the 2 wide coming before the braking of the first turn. Canados on the inside. Et le freinage à venir pour les 2 pilotes. Et Canados qui va garder l'intérieur. Willange par l'extérieur. Willange defending on the outside and keeping its 4th position. Nice defense from Willange, who brake maybe a bit later compared to Canados. And Canados is still P5 now. Nice defense from the TGTF driver. La très très belle défense l'a réalisée. Et on est en caméra embarquée avec Panos. And I think it's Joe who just left this race. Allez, la sortie ici de CS. Still in the tricky section. Meanwhile, in front, Bigos is not the leader anymore. It's Kociek who take the lead. Now P1 for the HRT driver. Kociek P1 leading against Bigos. But we are watching this big battle between these four drivers for the fourth position. What a defense from Willange. Quelle défense là de Willange actuellement. And it's already the end of lap 4 for those drivers, for our 11 drivers. And Kociek and Bigos still battling for P1. The three drivers who start with the medium tires. And Willange gaining some time. Half of a second ahead of Canados. He's gaining time in the straight. Willange, nice move. Meanwhile, there is a battle also for P1. Bigos and Kociek. And it's Zimovit, the fastest actually on track. 2 minutes 04.275 actually. And I'm still taking a look at the map to check if Willange is still P4. On regarde, on surveille d'un œil bien sûr la bagarre de Willange sur la track map pour l'instant. Le français de la TGTF qui maintient une très belle quatrième position provisoire. Quatrième position provisoire en attendant la restand des trois de devant là. Top 3 still has to stop in this race. Probably 1 or 2 laps before the end. And Bigos losing time, almost 1 second behind the leader now. And Team Ross with its damage, struggling a lot. And still Willange battling with the two Hellenic Knights Racing Team drivers and the Elite Extreme Squad driver, Zimovit. Strong battle for P4. Grosse bagarre là. Et quelle défense de Willange pour l'instant. Oh, il s'est raté au freinage. Oh, he missed his braking point. And he's overtook by everyone. Oh, sadly for Willange. He missed his braking. Oh, let's take a look on the replay for Willange. Oh yeah, he braked too late. He brakes too late, sadly. And he got over to slight contact with Panos just in front, but no damage, I think, for the cars. But he's still behind. He's still behind this group of drivers. He can still fight with them. But it's now Panos P4, Canados P5, and Zimovit still P6. On board with the Polish driver of the Elite Extreme Squad team. In turn 1, be careful, the contact between the two Greek drivers. It can help a lot Zimovit and also Willange, who is already back in the battle. Just behind we have Brucomela P8, GB Sub P9. Jaro P10. No, it's not Jaro who left. It's it's Kubica. It's Kubica who left. It's Kubica who left, sadly. We saw him struggling a lot. Kubica, sadly, P12 in this race. Meanwhile, Kociek is leading the race. 1.6 seconds. The gap between P1 and P2. Bigos just behind. And almost 6 seconds between Bigos and Timoros, now P3. Oh, and Panos trying to escape to the other drivers and taking a bit of margin. 1.2 seconds behind its teammate, Canados. Oui, Canados qui est peut-être en train de faire le bouchon. Yeah, this group is about to split in a few moments. Alors qu'on est dans le 6e tour de course. And Team Rose with a penalty. 5/10 of slow zone penalty coming for Team Rose. And Kociek pitting now. Kociek pitting. La Rose tente de Kociek à la mi-course. It's a very early stop actually for Kociek and as well for Team Rose. Maybe most understandable for Team Rose with its damage and the penalty. But it's it's a very early pit stop for medium tires, only 6 laps. Or maybe the other is about to do a 2 stops strategy, we'll see. There's not that much tire wear actually on the car. And Team Rose back to P6 just behind Willange, battling with Zimovic for P5, for P4. Sorry. Oh yeah, it's because we have Kociek back in the pack and Willange overtook Zimovic. Zimovic dépassé par Willange. Magnifique manœuvre du pilote de la TGTF qui n'a pas dit son dernier mot mais qui peut être en train de voir s'échapper les 2 pilotes grecs de la Hellenic Knights Racing Team. Quelle défense de Willange là dans cette course. Quelle remontée en difficulté en qualification. Et 8e en qualif qui termine à à la 8e place d'ailleurs. Qualif 8e, course 8e. Et qu'il est en train de se bagarrer peut-être pourquoi pas pour aller chercher un podium. Pourquoi pas pour aller chercher un podium. The exit of this right-hander, very good for Willange. La bagarre toujours côté Willange. Canados qui est en train de voir partir Panos. Panos is leaving the guys. Panos is gaining time. He's doing a gap with its teammate 2 seconds ahead of Canados. Actually Panos and Willange is trying to catch Canados just in front. No P4. Oh, be careful in this hairpin. The braking point still not very good, but he's still P4, toujours 4ème, malgré le freinage peut-être encore un poil raté, mais moins que sur les tours précédents. And Bigos in the pit lane. Bigos pitting the 8-year drivers. And can Panos take the lead after the exit of Bigos? Yes, Panos P1. And Canados catching Bigos, taking P2. And yes, he's taking P2. Taking P2 and behind. Oh, la bagarre derrière. What a battle behind. It's a war between Willange and Zimovic. What a battle. And Bigos is only 1 second ahead. And he is with the hard tires now. So Willange can maybe take the P3 if everything goes well in this race 2 of the evening. Est-ce que Willange peut aller chercher la 3ème place de Bigos qui est en pneu dur? Il est en pneu dur, Bigos. Et regardez, on le voit avec la vue arrière de Bigos qui voit le retour de Willange et de Zimovic. It's gonna be hard to... Oh, and the mistake from Bigos. Oh, he lost the car at the exit of this right turn. Oh, sadly for Bigos, big crash. Oh yeah, he lost the car. He lost the car and no hit. Yeah, okay. Willange and Zimovic avoid the British driver, and he's back to P6 with a huge damage on its car. And Bigos about to pit as well. Oh yeah, it's the pit, so driver's about to do a second stop, I think. Yeah, driver about to do a second stop in this race. So yeah, it's a two-stop race, sorry. C'est bien une course à 2 arrêts. J'avais pas fait gaffe à l'essence. And the leader pitting. The leaders are pitting. Panos, Canados, Willange, Zimovic pitting. Same for Brucomela. I think everyone is about to pit. Bigos as well. P6, Kociek. Oh, Kociek is fine. Kociek with the soft tires. Oh, yeah, soft tires are allowed, but he still needs, I think, to do one more stop. We will see for Kociek. One more stop to do for Kociek. Is it a good solution? Kociek now leading the race with a lot of margin. Oh yeah, and everyone is on soft now. Everyone is on soft. And Panos P2, Canados P3, Willange P4 now. Oh, be careful of the comeback of Timo Ross with the soft tires as well. And he will stay behind, I think, Willange. Yes, he will. Willange qui va garder cette 4e place pour l'instant. Et finalement, une strat à 2 arrêts. Hein. Two-stop strategy and using soft tires. Oh, the battle between Willange and Timo Ross for 4th position in this race. Brucomela and Zimovic just behind as well. Il est dans toutes les batailles. L'ami Willange pour l'instant. Il est dans toutes les bastons. And Timo Ross trying to take the outside of Willange. No, it's not going good for the Greek driver. Still P5. What a defense from Willange, actually. What a defense. Quelle défense de Willange hein, depuis le début. Oh, it's not the good... Oh, and Willange! Oh no, he lost the car! Oh no, Willange! At the out... Oh, and the damage now! Oh, what happened to Willange? I was checking something else. What happened to Willange? Oh, he's a bit on the outside. And he lost the car. Oh yeah, he lost the car. He seems to lose the car. Oh, too bad. Oh, and a damage as well for Timo Ross. Timo Ross with a damage. Oh, too bad for Willange. Timo Ross, yes, with a aero and suspension damage, sadly. And now Zimovic and Brucomela battling for P4 now in this race. Oh, too sad for Willange. Okay. And now the battle between Brucomela and Zimovic, P4. Big battle coming. Drivers are on soft tires. Bonsoir Jean-Marc, bonsoir à tous. Bonsoir tout le monde. Ah, ça se passait bien là pour Willange qui du coup maintenant là, il ressorti des stands. Pneu soft, il a réparé ses dégâts, il est désormais en 10e position. Mais quelle course il nous aura fait Willange, malheureusement. Et JB Sub à la lutte avec Jarreau désormais. JB Sub battling with Jarreau for P8. On n'a pas trop vu depuis le début de cette course le pilote de la GTWGP. He's losing a bit of time in the tricky section of the track. JB Sub en difficulté là, qui perd un peu de temps, qui est à 9 dixièmes de Jarreau. Est-ce qu'il va pouvoir revenir? Ooh, be careful the contact with the wall there on the inside. He's losing a lot of time at the exit of the tricky section. And it's still Kociek leading the race with a damage on its car. Big damage on Kociek. Panos is 23 seconds behind and he's taking the fastest lap of the race. 2 minutes, 2 seconds. 0.426. P3, it's Canados. The two HKRT drivers still on the podium. Brucomela from the Inc Racing. P4 battling with Zimovic in 5th position. Can the Polish driver overtake the Italian one? It's a too wide coming before the first turn. Vas-y, move vite à l'intérieur. Est-ce qu'il va prendre la 4e place? He's on the inside, and yes, he's taking P4. Ziemovit is now P4, Brucomela P5. Bigos battling with Timoros for 7th position. Timoros still with a damage on its car for the Gran Turismo Greek community driver. In the SEs right now. He's losing a lot of time with its damage. Pretty hard to follow the British driver in front of him. And Jao still gaining time on GB Sub. Alors que Willange et Eden Noir ferment bien évidemment toujours la marche. And 4 laps to go. In a few moments, maybe Kosiak going to the pit lane. Yes, he is. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, he's not, but he's still losing time. He lost like almost 2 seconds already on a lap against Panos due to the aerodynamic damage on leader's car. Et le leader en grande difficulté là avec ce dégât aéro et suspension. Kosiak qui est sur une stratégie décalée, qui va devoir encore s'arrêter, il me semble, une fois. And Canados, P3. Zimovit still P4. 4 laps to go. Before a short break after this race too, we're gonna do like a 5-10 minutes break before going back for the second half of the race. A short qualifying session, another sprint race of 5 laps, and the final race of the evening, 15 laps again. And the movie still managing to keep this 4th position. And Bigos trying to catch the 2 guys ahead. The drivers from the Euros Racing Team. Euros Team Racing, sorry. Trying to catch drivers ahead, but it's hard. It's a bit hard. And the gap is pretty important between Panos and Canados. Gros écart de plus de 7 secondes. More than 7 seconds of gap between these 2 drivers. The 2 HKRT drivers. We are probably going for another 1-2, depending on when, on where Kosiak is about to exit the pit lane after his last pit stop of the race. He still managed, I think, to put the hard tires and to repair this damage on its car. And he's pushing, actually. 18 seconds ahead of Panos. $18 seconds between P1 and P2. Less than that now. Panos still catching by 2 or 3 seconds per lap. The leader of this race, Andy Movit, still in front of Brucomela. Ça a l'air de s'être un peu calmé. It's a bit quiet before the end of this race. Some gaps between all drivers, actually. Team Rowe still with its damage, losing time on Bigos, but far away in front of Jaro to keep probably this 7th position at the end of this race. JB Sub and Willange completing the top 10. Top 10 complété hein, pour nos 2 Français pour l'instant, 9 et 10 dans cette course. Peut-être des regrets côté Willange après la première moitié de course incroyable réalisée par le pilote TGTF, mais il en restera une tout à l'heure bien sûr. Eden Noir still P11 and Kubica left the race earlier. And Kosiak still leading. 15 seconds now ahead. He's losing a lot of time. He has to pit. He has to pit. The exit of the hairpin. And Panos right here. Coming into the final hairpin. Pretty slowly in the hairpin. Taking no risk at all. Nice exit. Perfect for Panos. And Kociak going to the pit lane. 2 laps to go for the leaders now, and Kociak is about to pit. Panos taking probably the lead now. And yes, he is. And Kociak leaving the pit lane with hard tires. Where is Canados? Where is Canados? He is right there, just behind the Polish driver, and the HKRT team is probably about to do another 1-2. Oh yeah, it's good for Canados. Canados P2 now. Canados in second position. And it's another 1-2 coming for the Greek guys. Eight seconds ahead. Panos is about to win his second race of the evening. And Zimovit still battling with Brukomela for P4. Behind them, everything is done, I think. And Panos still with the fastest lap again. Oh no, it was Brukomela, the fastest on race 1, sorry. DSCs, and Zimovit gaining a bit of time. And I think it's good for Zimovit. Panos taking the last hairpin of this race and about to win its second race of the evening ahead of its teammate Canados and Kociak on the podium. Same podium than for the race 1 actually. Panos winning this race 2 of the GTfusiOn 2023 World Championship Round 4 in the Group F. Second win for Panos, and it's done for the Hellenic Knights Racing Team drivers. And Canados, its teammate, finishing P2 again. Oh no, it's the final lap, sorry. It's the final lap. I missed a lap, sorry. Sorry. I missed a lap. I thought it was the last lap, but no. I was too much hyped, sorry. I was too much hype. My bad. One more lap to do. There is still one more lap. And can Zimovit taking the P3 of Kociak? Maybe. And Jaros also into the pit lane. Oh, which means JB Sab is about to take P8 and the P9 for Willange. P8 et P9. JB Sab et Willange après la restand de Jaro. Jaro qui va se retrouver en 10e position maintenant. Et Kociak l'écart avec Zimovit, 9/10. Attention, big battle coming for P3. Kociak with hard tires, struggling a lot against Zimovit, catching him so quickly. And Zimovit maybe for the podium. And he's ahead, Zimovit. Zimovit P3, Kociak P4. Overtook in the last lap the Polish driver. And Panos about to win the race. The last braking maybe coming. Can Brukomela finish P4? We'll just take a look before going back to the P1. And on the inside, he's a bit too far away, but Kociak missed it braking point. Ooh, it's a bit close, and he's doing it. Brukomela P4, Panos winning this race. Canados P2. And it's good for Canados P2, Zimovic P3, and Brucomela P4. Brucomela P4. Brucomela P4, P5 for Kociek, P6 for Bigos. Just right now, P7. It's Timoros finally. Finally, Timoros P7. After it's a damage, he maintained this 7th position. JB Sub P8, taking the checkered flag. P8, 8ème position pour JB Sub qui sera un peu remonté dans le classement. Et Willange qui peut avoir des regrets après l'excellent début de course, mais il en reste des courses dans cette soirée. Willange 9ème. P10 for Jarro. P11 Eden Noir. And P12 P12 is Kubica. And the fastest lap for Panos in 2 minutes 01.974 for the HKRT driver, taking its second win of the evening. Okay, I think we are about to do a quick break of 5-10 minutes, probably. No, I don't want to have this. I want to save the replay first and to show you the results of this race. The win of Panos ahead of its teammate Canados. 2-1-2 for the Hellenic Knights Racing Team drivers. Zimovic P3 after overtaking Kociek in the last lap. Brucomela, gaining 1 position as well is P4. Kociek is P5 in the end. Bigos P6. Timoros and GB Sub completing the top 8. And at the back of the ranking, you have Willange P9, Jarro P10, Eden Noir P11, and Kubica P12 after its DNF. I think we're about to do a quick pause. Yeah, we resume at 43, so we have a 5-minute breaks and we are back right after for the end of this evening of the GTfusiOn 2023 World Championship, still with the Group F. See you. are back after this short break for the second and last part of this round 4 of the GTfusiOn World Championship 2023 here at Tokyo Expressway in its clockwise configuration. Bonsoir à tous, rebonsoir, on est reparti d'ici quelques instants pour la deuxième partie de cette soirée, quatrième manche du GTfusiOn 2023 avec la poule F toujours. Un petit point sur les résultats. We are about to take a look on the results of the race 2 that just finished a few minutes ago. The second win of the evening and the second 1-2 for the Hellenic Knights Racing Team drivers. Panos taking its second win of the evening ahead of its teammate Canado's P2. Kociek was P3 at the beginning of the last lap, but sadly with its hard tires finished P5. It's Zimovit who take the third position, Bricomela P4, Bigos in P6, Timorous P7, the two French drivers, JB and Willange P8 and P9 after a great battle from Willange against almost all the field in this 6-7 first lap of the race. And then you have P10, Jaru, P11, Edenoir, and P12, Kubica, who DNF in the race pretty early. Okay, is the lobby open? Not yet, actually. It's not a big deal. I'm just gonna reduce a bit the music. I hope you are doing well, everyone. I hope everything is fine on the broadcast and you are enjoying this evening. Do not hesitate to also take a look at the other group. Tonight there is Eloco Broadcasting. I don't remember who it was, which group it was. It's Group D, I think, and Group E, I don't remember, and there is also the Group F, but I don't remember who is broadcasting them. You have all the information anyway on the Facebook page of the GTfusiOn. I think it's Trofeo Series for one of the lobby, and GTCQ, I think, probably, broadcasting this race. And you have also tomorrow the 3 top split round broadcasting on El Loco's broadcast. For sure, and for the other, I don't remember, but do not hesitate to take a look at the GTfusiOn Facebook page to have all the information about the broadcast of the groups of this round 4. Voilà, n'hésitez pas à aller faire un coucou, bien évidemment, chez l'ami El Loco qui est en train de commenter le groupe D ce soir et qui va être aussi parmi les commentateurs des 3 principales poules qui auront lieu demain soir. On va attendre un petit peu que le salon ouvre. The lobby is about to open, I think, in 1 minute or 2. It's still Kociek, the host of the evening. Just a reminder as well on the race 1. We had earlier the race 1 with Panos and Canados P1, P2. Kociek was P3. Zimovit and Jaro completing the top 5. Barcomela was P6 in this first race of the evening. JB Sub and Willange P7, P8. Bigos P9, Timorous P10, Edenoir and Kubica P11 and P12 in this race 1 of the evening. We are about to have, let's take a look again if you want at the entry list. We are about to have another qualifying session of 5 minutes. Okay, the lobby just open. 5 minutes of a qualifying session, then 5 laps race, and not 13 but 15 laps for the race, for the final race of this evening. Same condition than race 1 and race 2. The only difference is the qualifying session much shorter. Voilà pour les informations, je le disais. Course 3 et course 4, 5 et 15 tours et non 13 comme indiqué à l'écran, dans les mêmes conditions que ce que l'on a eu là pour les courses 1 et 2, à la différence que on aura une qualification de 5 minutes seulement. Only 5 minutes of qualifying session. It's about to be very quick for our 12 drivers. Is Kubica back in the lobby or not? Or we will stay at 11 drivers? I don't know. We will take a look. We will see. Drivers are already joining. As you can see, les pilotes sont en train de rejoindre. Il manque déjà Willange qui n'est pas encore arrivé. Vous voyez, ça rejoint. It's loading. Thank you very much, by the way, Kociek, if you are watching this broadcast for the hosting those lobbies. Thank you very much for the organization. And thank you to all drivers as well for their participation in this Group F. Everyone in time. That's very cool. And we have Willange actually in the loading in the lobby. Who is missing? Team Rose. The 3 Greek drivers are there. We have the Ink Racing drivers missing. Yeah, Drucomela is missing. Is Enenoir in the lobby? Yes, Enenoir is there. Who is missing? Brucomela just joined. Perfect. So we are 11. Still Kubica not there. The RM Polska driver. I don't know if... just put a message. I don't know. Will join us. Broadcast ready. Anyway. Okay. Perfect. Broadcast is ready. Hopla. Let's just cut the music. And we're about to start probably this qualifying session with only 11 drivers on the line. I think Kubica just give up for this evening. I think after its huge crash. Well, if it doesn't, we must start with Marvin. No info on this episode on Captain's Room. Okay. Perfect. So it's yeah, we are in time. I'm just taking a look at the schedule, and we are in time. We are still in time, and we are about to start the qualifying in few seconds. Let's put the banner back for this qualifying session number 2 of 5 minutes only. And we are starting this qualifying session number 2. Sadly, without Kubica, who is not with us for this race 3. But first of all, we have a 5 minutes qualifying session. And it's not with racing tires, it's with soft tires. Soft tires. Okay. And we go on track. Drivers just leave the track, the pit lane, sorry. And we are about to start. Perfect. 5 minutes and it's... Oops, sorry. Display all, perfect. And it's Timoros leading the field with Jaro alongside him. Panos just behind. And we are back for the second and final part of this round 4 of the GTfusiOn 2023 World Championship round 4 with the group F. And it's Jaro, I think. Yeah. The 11 drivers are on track. Les 11 pilotes sont en piste et c'est Jaro qui mène la danse. And it's Jaro leading the field now. Jaro, P5 in the race 1, P10 in the race 2. And he was on qualifying, he was P9 in the first qualifying session, but it's only like, it's 2 laps qualifying we have there. Maybe 1 lap for some drivers, we will see, depending on the clock. If drivers have enough time or not. Be careful, everyone. And it's Panos finally taking the lead. And it's Panos taking the lead of the field. And we have still one driver. Oh, going back to the pit. It's Kosiek. Kochiek back to the peak for only one attempt of qualifying. Be careful, Kochiek, because there are a lot of drivers coming behind. And Panos starting its qualifying lap. 10 drivers very close from each other are now starting their qualifying session. And is Drew Comella will have time, no worries, for a second attempt in this qualifying session. We are good. We are good. Let's go back to Panos, leading the field with Jaro just behind him. 2 laps qualifying session for everyone. Only one, actually, for Kochiek, who started a bit later. I think he came back to the pit. I think that's the point. He came back to the pit. And Panos. Pretty cool. Exit for the Greek drivers. Be careful behind between Jaro, Timoros, and Zimovit. Very close each other. They are losing a lot of time. Oh yeah, and Jaro lost a lot of time. Oh, and Timoros with a damage. Again on the GTGC car. Zimovit no damage. Canados no damage. Willian behind no damage as well. Bigos no damage. We are good. JB Sub as well. No damage, only for Timoros with a damage. Careful to not block anyone on track. And Panos at the exit of the tricky section. La sortie de la partie la plus technique. Le retour sur l'autoroute principale. Avant le passage, bien évidemment, dans l'épingle. The last hairpin. Coming for Panos. And one more lap to do, of course. Of course, one more lap to do. And Kochiek about to start its qualifying lap. It's only one qualifying lap. Panos about to set the first chrono lap of the session. What time for Panos? Can he take the pole again? And it's a 2 minute 2.0. Very cool lap for Panos. Oh, coming behind a group of drivers. Timoros behind actually, and Panos still P1. Bigos in second position. Willange P6. JB Sub P3. Troisième JB Sub. Ah, remonté quatrième. Brucomella, troisième position. JB Sub quatrième désormais. And Kochiek and Zimovit. Zimovit aura-t-il le temps? Zimovit, no time set from Zimovit. No time set for Zimovit coming. Kochiek in its only lap of qualifying, le seul tour de qualif pour Kochiek, aucun droit à l'erreur. 2 pilotes n'auront pas fait de chrono. N'ont pas fait de chrono pour l'instant, mais un seul n'en fera pas. Yeah, no time set coming for Zimovit. Okay, the exit of the S's, noise. Pretty good actually, good lines. Found by Kochiek, the exit of the tricky section. Back on the main highway before the last hairpin. And we hit the 5 minutes limit, which means everyone is in its last lap, so no time set for Zimovit. P12 in this qualifying session. The hairpin took by Kochiek. Nicely took by Kochiek. And the last acceleration now. Can Kochiek take the pole position to Panos or not? The reply is in less than 10 seconds now. Est-ce que Kochiek peut aller prendre la pole? La réponse sur la ligne. Est-ce que ce 2-0-2-0 sera battu? Et non! Non, quatrième chrono pour Kochiek. En attendant l'arrivée de Zimovit qui n'améliorera pas. Et qui ne fera même pas de chrono du tout. Panos pour une amélioration. Can Panos improve his lap time? No! No improvement for him. Bigos coming with Canados behind him. Canados P8 actually. Timoros improving. Canados P4. JB Sub maybe for an improvement. Brucomella P2. And no improvement for JB Sub. Eden Noir P7. Willange P5. P5 for Willange actually. Good qualifying for Willange. The end of this qualifying session. The results 2:02.098 for Panos, P1. P2, it's Brucomela, P2. P3, Bigos. In third position, P4, it's Canados, P4. P5, Winange. P6, Kosciek. P7, Eden Noir. P8, we have Jaro. P9, GB Sub, P9, Timorous, P10, P11, Zimovit. And the fastest lap for Panos in 2 minutes 02.098. We save, we good. And we are about to start this race 3. The timer is on. We are about to start the last sprint race of the evening. 5 laps. Still a standing start with a full start check for our 11 drivers. Let's go into spec mode. Still on... we have to change the banner, by the way. Because we are on sport mediums for everyone. 5 laps and the standing start. Panos on pole. Brucomela and Bigos P2, P3. Canados has to overtake 2 drivers. Oh, and the full start for Panos. No, it's maybe a bit. No, it's a full start for Panos and Brucomela. Taking maybe the best start. And now P1. Et le faux départ de Panos. Et le bon départ de Canados. A bad start for Panos, but a good one for Canados already. P3 and maybe overtaking its teammate. Bigos P4. Winange still P5. Good start for the Frenchman of the TGTF. Coming into the first turn, be careful. Oh, attention, et Winange qui va essayer de s'incruster. Et le bon freinage peut-être de Winange. Oh, le contact. Non, il va réussir à tenir sa voiture. Oh, il est serré. Il est serré à l'extérieur, Winange. Oh, et Jarreau. Oh là là, le carnage. Le carnage. Carnage again. Drama in the first lap. Brucomela with damage is still P1. Bigos P2. Canados P3. Kosciek P4. Panos P5. JB Sub in 6th position. No damage for the GP driver. Timorous P7, Eden Noir P8, Winange P9 with a damage, Zimovit P10 and Jaro P11 a bit behind. Ooh, what a start. It's gonna be a long race for Brucomela. Damage, but still leading the race for the Italian guy from the Inc Racing team. Oh, quel départ, quel départ. Coming into the end of the tricky section of the racetrack. Bigos P2, Canados P3, Kosciek P4, Panos P5 in the middle of the pack. Panos, the double winner already in this evening. Back-to-back winner. And can he do the hat-trick? It's gonna be hard. First of all, he has to overtake Kosciek in the hairpin. JB Sub trying to find on the inside an opportunity to take the 5th position. It's gonna be a bit close. Be careful with Timorous behind with a damage again for the GTGC driver. And it's already of the end of the first lap of the race. A pretty intense first lap. Brucomela P1, P2 Canados, P3 Bigos. Yeah, Canados just overtook Bigos. La deuxième place récupérée par Canados. Devant Bigos, Panos en 4ème position a réussi à dépasser Kosciek. Timorous P6 devant JB Sub. Zimovit P8, Eden Noir P9. Jaro on 10th position. Winange, oh, he's now P10. Oh, he go back to the pits now with soft tires for Winange, maybe to try to catch them. And Brucomela still P2. With Canados behind him. Canados can take maybe the lead of the race in this second lap. It's gonna be hard to Panos to do the 3rd win of the evening. In DSCs actually for the leaders in this second lap. Brucomela still leading. And Bigos trying to stay with the 2 leaders of the race, but he's losing sometimes 8 tenths behind P2. Bigos actually And he has Panos just behind, trying to catching him. And now going to the last hairpin. Brucomela still leading the race, despite having damage on its car, aero and suspension on the front right of the car, if I remember correctly. And Canados is probably about to take the first position of the race in this long straight. Yeah, he's taking the slipstream, and Canados taking the lead. Canados leading the race just before the end of the lap 2. 2 laps remaining for the leaders. Canados now is leading Brucomela P2, Bigos P3. Just behind, maybe Bigos can take P2. Now Panos, Kociek completing the top 5. Timoros P6, Zimovit P7, JB Sub with a damage P8. Eden Noir P9, Jaro top 10. And Willange in last position, trying to catch drivers at the back. And Brucomela now very close from Bigos. Oh no, it's Bigos who overtook Brucomela. Brucomela is now P3. Bigos is back to P2. And we are in the S's with Bigos on board with the British drivers from the Euros Team Racing, trying to find an opener on Canados to take the lead again. Est-ce qu'il va pouvoir trouver quelque chose? Oh, alors qu'on a un pilote qui est... Oh, it's Timoros! Timoros on fault in the S's. Oh, losing a lot of position. Let's see what happened to Timoros in the S's. Oh, he braked too late and he hit the wall. And after, oh, and he lost the car just after. Sadly for Timoros, huge damage on the car in the S's, and he's about to be overtaken, by Willange maybe. Canados P1, Bigos P2. Ah, he lost a lot of time, Bigos. And Panos is back in business. Panos is back in business. Just behind Bigos, Brucomela back to P2 now. And it's a fatal 4-way match now between Canados, Brucomela, Bigos and Panos for the win. A little advantage for Canados, with just ahead of the 3 drivers battling. He has a 1.1 gap of security with Bigos leading this field. Panos P3 and Brucomela losing 2 positions in the straight. Can Panos win the race? 2 laps remaining. Oh, and Bigos nearly hit the wall, I think. Zimovit trying to catch driver in front, P5 now. Nice recovery from Zimovit, starting last in this race and now in the top 5. Canados is still leading. Bigos battling with Panos and Brucomela, who doesn't give up. Oh, and be careful, Panos with Bigos. Yeah, Bigos, he messed up the exit of the S's. Oh, contact, I think, with Panos, and damage on the HKRT driver. Damage, maybe a bit squeezed by Bigos and Brucomela at the exit of the S's. Ooh, there is something, and now Bigos is the only one without damage on its car. Brucomela and Panos with damage, and it's good news for Canados, maybe taking the first win of the evening for him. Canados qui continue de s'échapper, 2 secondes d'avance, qui va peut-être aller prendre la victoire dans cette 3e course. L'arrivée dans l'épingle et le retour de Zimovit. Zimovit back in the pack, in the battle for P2. With Brucomela, Bigos and Panos, the 2 drivers in front of the Polish guy from the Elite Extreme Squad. He can overtake. The 2 drivers in the straight. Zimovit He has no damage. The aero damage on Panos and Bigos cars. The final lap, and it's impossible to know what will be the podium at the end of this lap. Canado still leading, Bigos P2. Zimovit already overtook Panos in the straight and taking the inside on Brucomela. He's done it. He has done it. Zimovit P2 now, P3, sorry, after starting in last position. Oh, le retour de Zimovit qui, dans la ligne droite, a déposé Panos et a fait l'intérieur à Brucomela. Il est troisième. Peut-il aller chercher Bigos deuxième? Oh, c'est intense. Cette fin de course. Qui va finir sur le podium? Est-ce que Zimovit va conserver cette troisième place? Est-ce que Bigos va lui aussi conserver cette deuxième position? Oh, l'avance. 1.5 seconds of gap between Bigos and Zimovit. Zimovit still P3, struggling a lot at the exit. Oh, contact with Panos again. Oh, the contact, and Panos dropped to P5 now. Oh, and Zimovit hitting the wall. And now the crash with Brucomela. Oh my god, what happened? Oh, be careful. Okay, and GB Sub P5 now. Let's take a look quickly at the replay. Yeah, the contact first with Panos and Zimovit. And Zimovit too much on the outside. And contact with Brucomela, sadly. And it's the end of the race. And Canado's taking the win. In this third race of the evening. Bigos is now P2. And I think Zimovit let Panos pass. Yes, Panos P3, Zimovit P4. Panos on the podium finally. JB Sub P5. P5 for JB Sub. P6, sorry. P6. Jaro P7. Willange 8ème. Eden Noir P9. Brucomela P10, sadly. Yeah, a bit disappointed about what happened in this last lap. Brucomela P10 and Timo Ross will finish in last position in this race. We are about to take the results, of course, of this race. But the win again for the HKRT guys, but it's not Panos. This time it's Canados who is taking the win in this third race of the evening. Let's save the replay, of course. Let's take a look at the results. The win for Canados P2, Bigos P3. Oh, let's put back the music. Okay. P2, Bigos P3. It's Panos. P4 for Zimovit. P5, Kociek P5. P6 is Willange in 6th position. 7th position for Eden Noir. P7, P8 for Brucomela. P9. Oh, penalty for JB Sub and Jaro. Timoros P9. P10 JB Sub and P11 Jaro. I don't know what happened for those drivers, but that's actually the results. And it's Timoros the fastest in 2 minutes 02.900. In this race, I don't know what happened, why they took a penalty, those two drivers, JB Sub and Jaro. Meanwhile, the session has ended. We're gonna show the results in this race 3. I took the replay, no worries. And we are about to start. Oops, wait, we are good. We are about to start the last race of the evening. 15 laps for our 11 drivers. And the win then for Canados, Bigos, and Panos on the podium again. 3 podiums for Canados and 3 podiums for Panos as well. The 2 HKRT drivers are doing well tonight. Despite the drama for Panos, nice recovery to take this third position in the end. But there will be some incident to check, I think, for the organizer between Brucomela, Zimovit, and Panos in this last lap It was a bit chaotic, to be honest. And the lobby is open. We are about to join this lobby, of course, for the last lap of the evening. 15 laps, of course. And a reverse grid, which means about to start first in this race. Zimovit P1 with Timoros alongside him. No, sorry. I'm not checking the good one. It's Jaro starting first on the grid with JB Sub P2, P3 on the grid, Timoros P4, Blucomela. And we have at the back of the grid Canados starting last alone on the 6th row of the grid. Still a standing start with full start check, of course. And we just wait for everyone to be into the lobby for this last race of the evening. Okay. We are 10 out of 16, so 11 now. So one driver is still missing, and I think it just joined. Yes, we are 12 out of 16. Perfect, everyone is there. Just a reminder that Kubica is not with us since the beginning of the race 2 after disconnecting, after leaving. Didn't make the qualifying session number 2 and the race 3. So I don't think we are about to see him in this last race of the night. So 11 drivers again on the line. Please enter, ask Coach Yek. Perfect. Okay, I'm just checking that everything is on good side. Okay, seems to be good. Okay. Good. Okay, everything is alright. Okay. Just gonna put a message to check to say broadcast is ready. Okay. We are good. And we're about to start this last race of the evening, the last race of the round 4 of the GTfusiOn 2023 World Championship, still with the Group F. Okay, just checking everything is good. Tick. Okay, good. We are good. Okay. So, please verify the grid order. Jaro, JB Sub, Timoros, Bucomela, Ellen Noir, Willange, Kochiek, Zimovit, Panos, Bigos, Canados. I think it's good. Okay. Just let the driver to check the grid order and we're about to go. So Jaro, JB Sub, Timoros, Brucomela, Eden Noir P5, Willange P6, Koshiek P7, Zimovit P8, Panos P9, P10 Bigos and Canados last on the grid. And please remember about the tires. Yes. Oh, I think they didn't have the good tires. I think they forgot to change tires, GB7 Timoros, for the last race. That's why they took a 1 minute penalty. I think that's the issue. Okay, race is about to start. Sorry, it's late. And we're gonna check the tires of everyone on the grid. Race is about to start. Standing start, false start check for our 11 drivers. Hard for Jaro, hard mediums for Brucomela. Willange with mediums as well. Okay, so Willange and Brucomela with medium tires. Everyone else is on hards. And we are racing for the last time of the evening. Good start from Jaro. JBSub is a bit struggling now. Petit départ compliqué là pour JBSub dans le pack. Be careful with the reverse grid in the first turn. We've seen too much drama in this first turn in the race 1 and 3. And then we are trying to gain some position before breaking into turn 1. Et Jaro qui va garder l'intérieur. Jaro on the inside after turn 1. Oh, some drivers too wide, sorry. And damage for Canados. Canados with a damage on its car. It's the only one with a damage after the first 2 turns of this race. Brucomela still leading the race. Is now leading the race, sorry. Ahead of Jaro, Timoros P3. Oh, and be careful. There is a ES car struggling with the walls. And Panos is still last, taking time to overtake everyone, maybe waiting for some mistakes or for the pits to come for the drivers in hard tires. And Brucomela with its medium tires is doing well actually. And Willange as well, P3 now. Willange qui doit essayer de trouver l'ouverture là sur Jaro. On board with Timoros now. Back on the main highway, just before the hairpin. L'arrivée avant l'épingle. Et Jaro toujours deuxième. Et Brucomela qui gagne toujours du temps. Oh, et Willange deuxième. Mais Timoros à l'intérieur. Oh, contact! Oh, le contact! Oh là 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 là. Et Kociek avec 4 secondes de pénalité. 4 seconds of penalty for Kociek. Let's see what happened. Oh, it's been a... Oh, whoa. Let's go back to... We're gonna rewatch again the replay just to be sure of what happened between Timoros. Oh, yeah. Timoros down the inside and Willange who maybe lost the car a bit. Pretty hard to define who is on fault on this one. But some drivers are now pitting. Bigos exiting with soft now. Kociek with soft as well. Jaro mediums. Mediums for Timoros. Panos in mediums. Enanwar in mediums. Zimovit in mediums as well. Canados mediums. And mediums for JBSub. And Brucomela on mediums. Willange 7 seconds behind. Still on mediums, but with no damage. That's the most important thing. La chose la plus importante, malgré l'incident de Willange, c'est qu'il n'ait pas de dégâts, le pilote français de la TGTF. Alors qu'on a des pilotes en pneus tendres. Hein. Kociek on soft tires as well. Same as Bigos, a bit ahead. We are on board with Kociek. In the pack with Jaro, Panos and Timoros around him. In the SCs, oh, be careful. The other drivers, oh. I think there is a car, maybe laggy. Yeah, I think it's Timoros. Lagging a bit. So some weird thing on the onboard. Panos P4 leading the group of drivers who did their first pit stop of the race. Zimovit, Jaro, Kociek, Timoros, Enanwar, Canados and JBSub. Last in this race, Brucomela still leading and gaining time on Willange. Willange qui avait 7 secondes d'avance, qui en a maintenant presque 10 de retard sur le leader. Et Bigos en pneu tendre qui essaye d'échapper au groupe derrière lui. Bigos on soft, trying to escape to the drivers, to the midfield pack. And Panos as well is like leaving this pack, this group of drivers. Zimovit P5, Kosiek P6, Timoros P7, Jaro P8, Ellen Noir, and Canados P10 on board with the Hellenic Knight Racing Team driver who won the race just before the race 3. Taking the slipstream on Eden Noir, maybe on Jaro and Timoros as well. And he gained 2 positions already. He's on the inside of 3 wide. Coming at the braking of turn 1. And finally it's Jaro. Ooh, Canados a bit too wide and losing 1 position. Yes, he's back behind Timoros, who overtook Jaro as well. Oh, nice move from Timoros, who overtook 2 drivers in 2 turns. Very, very nice corners took by Timoros. And now back to 7th position with some damage again on Timoros. We didn't saw Timoros without damage a lot tonight. And Jaro P8, Timoros P9, Eden Noir P10. Big battle actually. And it's more quiet in front. Some gaps already between cars. And it's Jaros leading the group with just behind him Canados and Eden Noir P10. In the end of this 3rd lap of the race, lap 4 started by Drucomela. Now, and Canados trying to find. Oh, there is a contact. There is a contact with Canados and Eden Noir. No damage between those cars, but contact. Yeah, he missed it. Oh, whew. Very lucky both drivers to not have damage on this one. Very, very lucky to not took damage. And now Zimovit battling with Kosiek for P6. For P5, sorry, for P5. Bataille pour la 5e position. Et pour l'instant, c'est Panos qui est le plus rapide en piste. 4e toujours de cette course. 2.04.391 pour Panos. Et Kosiek qui galère là avec ses pneus tendres. Kosiek struggling with its soft tires against Zimovit, who is in mediums. The HRT driver is supposed to be quicker than Zimovit. And Panos P4 trying to catch now Bigos, but Bigos in soft tires as well as Kosiek. He's gaining time on Panos. Actually, he's doing great. And the gap between the 2 drivers who didn't stop is now of almost 15 seconds. And Bigos P3, Panos P4. Oh, the battle between Zimovit and Kosiek. Coming into the hairpin. Zimovit. He's very close, Kosiek. He's very, very close. Taking the slipstream now. Taking the slipstream Kosiek of Zimovit. He's losing time. He's not that quick. He's not that quick. He struggled to catch Zimovit despite having the slipstream. He can't manage to overtake him on straight Kosiek. position while end of the fifth lap of this last race of the evening, still leading by Drew Comella now, who didn't stop yet, still on mediums from the beginning, same as Williams P2, 15 seconds behind the leader now, and 8.4 seconds ahead of Bigos on soft tires, trying to catch the Frenchman from the TGTF. Yeah, it's pretty calm actually. Zimovit still battling with Kociek for 5th position. And Timo Ross just behind is in 7th position, ahead of Canados. Two Greek drivers from two different teams. Timo Ross from the Gran Turismo Greek community and Canados from the LNX Night Racing Team drivers, teammates of Panos Canados. And Jaro just behind in P9. JB Sub with a huge damage on its car. Aero and both front suspension are damaged. Yeah, and Edenwar is probably about to take P10 to JB Sub on the straight. Yeah, look at the gap. Look at the gap decreasing by a lot. And by the end of the straight, Edenwar is taking, before the end, he's taking the P10s on JB Sub. Sadly, the GTW GP driver is now last in this race with some damage on its car now. Alors que Willange deuxième toujours. Continue de perdre du temps sur Brucomella. And it's Bigos the fastest on track. 2 minutes 040 to 5 for the Arrows Team Racing driver. Yeah, catching Winanji in front of him. Now separated by less than 6 seconds between P2 and P3. Sorry guys, I had something to check. Okay. Oh, and there is a pit stop. It's Winange pitting. Winange qui s'arrête au stand en cette fin de 6e tour de course pour changer de pneumatique. On va voir les pneus utilisés par le pilote de la TGTF. Hard tires now for Winange, only for 1 lap probably. Then going back to the pit and pitting with the others for having soft tires until the end of the race. And Winange overtake by Kociek. Yes, Kociek now P4 in this race. Panos is P3 then. And Bigos is P2 as well. Winange with our tires just behind Zimovit. On medium, Canados P7. Team Rose P8 with some damage on its car. Jaro P9. Eden Noir P10 and still JB Sub last in this race. Is Brucomella about to pit by the end of this lap or not? We'll see for the Italian guy. And he's about to end its 7th lap of the race. 20 seconds ahead of Bigos now. So, is Brucomella about to pit or not? We will see that in a few seconds. I think he's about to do it, like putting hards, doing 1 lap, and then put the soft tires. We will see Brucomela into the pit or not. And yes, he's pitting. Brucomela in the pit lane now for the Ink Racing driver. In the pit lane, in the pit box, sorry. Oh, refueling a little. Oh, he's refueling because about to take the lead, sorry, in a few seconds. Yeah, Brucomela still in his box. And Panos also overtook Brucomela, Kosiek as well. It's a long speed stop, probably for using soft tires now. And Willange into the box. Yeah, it's soft tires now for Brucomela. He still has one pit stop to do. Yeah, overtook by Jero just now. And Willange in the box. Same for Timoros and Eden Noir. 3 drivers into the box, into their box. Yes. Long refuel session coming, and now soft tires for Willange. We don't have to pit again until the end. Timoros as well, and Eden Noir just behind P9. It's going to be interesting to see where the drivers will be when the other one will exit their second pit stop of the race. Because still leading the race. Panos P2 about to pit by the end of this lap. About to use soft tires for Panos now, and Bigot still has mediums to use in this race, so maybe 1 or 2 laps later the pit stop for Bigos, I think. Yeah, he won't go to the pit right now, I think. Il va pas s'arrêter maintenant, Bigos. No, he won't. No, he won't go to the pit lane, but Panos has no choice. He has to stop because there is no fuel in the car anymore. Same for Kosiek pitting now, using soft tires for these drivers. Same for Zimovit. Canados as well. And Brucomela, who pit 1 lap earlier, sorry. He's now back to P2, but he still has to stop one more time for putting the hard tires. Same for Bigos. And who is leaving first is Kosiek ahead of Panos. Soft, medium for Kosiek. Panos on soft. Zimovit leaving as well with soft. Canados just behind him with soft tires. Timoros is coming. Maybe he's about to overtake the 2 drivers in front of him. He's coming so fast. It's gonna be a bit... maybe 1, not 2. 1 for sure, it's done. And maybe on the inside on Zimovit. No. Timoros stays on 6th position. Actually, just behind Zimovit. And just behind you can see Willange with P8 now. Into the assist for these 3 drivers. And there is also a battle for 4th position between Kosiek and Panos. Kosiek on medium tires, and the pit stop of the leader, Bigos, into the pit lane now, changing tires for the 8-year guy. And Brucomela continue I think he is about to take the lead. Refuel coming for Bigos. Yes, Brucomela back to first position. And Panos on the inside in the hairpin on Kociek. Panos P3 now. Meanwhile, Zimovit is taking a little gap with Canado Santimos just behind. Battle between the two Greek drivers. And Willange struggling to stay behind Canado Santimaros. Now, Bigos left the pit lane, is now on medium tires for the British drivers of the ATR. Panos just behind, 11 seconds behind, with just behind him Kociek. And the movie, Canado's Timuros battling. Let's go on board with Timuros. Oh, be careful! The contact between the two guys. Oh, they didn't give them enough space. Oh, let's go on the replay to see what happened between Timuros and Canados. Oh, they didn't give them enough space. Oh, yeah. Contact between the two cars. Oh, what a contact. And Timuros, no damage for Timuros, but Eden Noir is highly damaged. Aero damage in front on the rear as well, and suspension front right damage as well for Canados. Oh, big mistake from the two drivers, and sadly Canados is now back to P8. Willange took a position. He's now 7th in this race. Timuros P6. Oh, and JB Sub just left. Sadly, it's done for JB Sub P10 in this last race of the evening. Malheureusement, l'abandon de JB Sub. Ils ne seront donc plus que 10 en course. 11e place désormais pour le pilote de la GTW GP qu'on salue bien évidemment. Et Bigos, 2e, 18 secondes de retard sur un Brucomela qui doit encore s'arrêter. Panos 25 seconds behind Brucomela now. But Brucomela still has to pit, sorry. And we have some gaps between cars now, and we are in the last lap of the race. Lap 11 out of 15 for our 10 remaining drivers after the DNF of GB Sub few minutes ago. Oh, and a yellow flag. It was Kociek? Oh yeah, I think it was Kociek who was at the origin of this yellow flag. Let's take a look of what happened for Kociek. Oh yeah, he lost the car between turn 1 and 2. And a damage for Kociek. Kociek now threatened by Zimovit for P4 now. Zimovit about to take P4 to Kociek. Probably before the end of this lap is catching the HRT driver very quickly. Be careful a bit too much on the outside on this right turn. The left one there much better for Kociek, but now is... Ooh, be careful, they move it. Oof. Just between the Kociek and the wall, he took the opener and he's taking P4 just before the RP. Now they move it. P4 in this race. Kociek P5, Timuros P6. Can Timuros take P5 of Kociek? He has 3 seconds to catch on the Osaya Racing Team driver. 4 laps remaining for the leaders now. Lap 12 out of 15. And still Brucomela leading, but still has to pit almost 20 seconds ahead of Bigos P2 and Panos P3, 24 seconds behind Brucomela. We still have to wait the last pit stop of the Italian driver from the Inc Racing. Can Brucomela take the win in this last race of the evening? The two HKRT drivers are not very good. Oh, Panos is good, of course, but it's more complicating for Canados now. Canados after its crash. Now P9 overtook by Eden Noir, Winange P7. And the gap between Kociek and Timoros is now of 1.2 seconds. Take a look on the rear view of Kociek now. We have Timoros coming back, maybe taking the top 5 of Kociek. Le retour de Timoros sur Kociek qui va récupérer probablement la 5e position. Oh, he's still hitting walls, Kociek, and now Timoros is even closer now. Only 5 tenths separate the two drivers. The exit of the tricky section. Timoros very close now from Kociek. Battle for P5 between these two guys. And no, he's about to wait. He's gonna wait. He's gonna wait Timoros. Oh, maybe not. No, he has to wait, but it's gonna be for this straight. Normally for Timoros to take 5th position in this last race of the evening. Trying to change lines, Kociek, but it won't do the trick. It's done. Timoros is now in 5th position, and Kociek has a 8-second gap to manage with Winange if he wants to keep this 6th position. But Winange on soft tires has no damage, whereas Kociek is on mediums with aero damage on its car, so it's gonna be harsh for the HRT guy, to the HRT driver, to maintain this gap and maybe to maintain this 6th position. And Bigos losing again time. Panos is only 1.6 second behind Bigos. Bigos on medium tires, and Panos catching the British driver from the ATR. Okay, the exit of the left corner, pretty good. This right, left under coming, pretty good for Panos. Bigos struggling a bit more, sorry. And now 7 tenths of a second of gap between these two. And Brucomela, is Brucomela pitting or not? I don't think, no. He's about to pit at the end of the lap 14. 2 more laps coming for Brucomela, but Brucomela has to pit. Oh, and the drift from Bigos. And I think it's good for Panos for taking P2 now. Eh oui, la 2e place récupérée par Panos après ce drift réalisé par Bigos. Bigos is now 3rd in this race. They move it all alone. P4, Timoros P5, Kociek P6. And Winange trying to catch the HRT driver in front of him. Est-ce que Winange peut aller récupérer la 6e place dans cette fin de course? Eden Noir 8e. Canados en 9e position. Jarreau est dernier pour l'instant. And the pit stop, which should come for Brucomela. 23 seconds ahead of Panos now. But Brucomela has to pit, so it's going to be interesting to see where Brucomela will leave the pit lane compared to Panos now. Are these 23 seconds enough for Brucomela to stay in 1st position or not? We will know it in a few seconds now. Panos is now taking a lot of advance to Bigos, 1.4 seconds between P2 and P3. Zimuvit P4, Timrose P5, completely leaving Kociek now. All alone, P6, 6.6 seconds ahead of Willange. P7, sorry, 7ème Willange. Eden Noir, P8. Canados and Jaro battling for P9 now. Two drivers with some damage on their cars. Maybe less damage on Jaro car, and Brucomela into the box now, into the pit lane for the last pit stop. Where is Panos? Panos is just starting the straight, changing tires now on the car, and no refuel and the sports hards now. Where is Panos? Now we are on board with the HKRT driver. Panos leaving the straight, leaving the box in the straight. Now the gap 9 seconds, 8 seconds. He's gonna be very close, Panos, to Brucomela. Can Brucomela take the win? Is this last race? The gap is 6 seconds. It smells good. It smells good for Brucomela. Is it enough now for the Italian driver to win this race? 5 seconds ahead of Panos now. And maybe the first win in this last race for a driver who is not from the HKRT team. The gap is reducing by a lot, but it seems good. It still seems good. No drift. Oh, it's pretty. Oh yeah, it's melting. The gap is melting like ice under the sun. 3 seconds. Oh, the contact with the wall and the suspension damage on Brucomela car. Can Brucomela manage to keep this first position? 2 seconds. The gap with Panos now. And there is one long straight to do. First, there is this right-left under to come for Brucomela. 1.3 seconds ahead of Panos. Panos maybe taking the win. Or not. Oh, this slight contact with Brucomela taking all the risk. Now 1 second ahead. And the hairpin is there. Panos is right there. We are on board with Panos. 4/10 of a second. Can he take the win? The photo finish maybe between the two drivers. Brucomela or Panos? Who is about to win the race? Oh, Panos taking the slipstream. Going on the right. Brucomela. Oh, it's Panos maybe. Yes, it's Panos. Panos taking the win. Maybe not. Yes, it is. Oh, what a finish. Panos taking the lead and the win. Just in front before the finish line. Bigos finished P3. Zimuvit P4. And Panos with the fastest lap. Timoros P5. What an end of a race. Amazing results for Panos. Kociek will finish P6. Oh, by only 3 seconds less than that to Willange P7. Eden Noir P8 now. Jaro P9. Yeah, Jaro P9 and Canados will finish P10 and P11 for GTfusiOn, who give up earlier in this race. But the win, the third win in 4 races for Panos, the Greek drivers from the Hellenic Knights racing team. Let's save the replay first. Let's show the results then, and let's put the music to show the results of this last race of the evening. The win, the third win in 4 races for Panos, ahead of Brucomela by 59 thousandths of a second. What a gap, a tiny gap between these two drivers. Bigos completing the podium, P3, P4 for Zimuvit, P5 is Timoros, P6 Kociek, Willange and Eden Noir P7, P8, Jaro P9, Canados P10, and GTfusiOn P11 in this race. The fastest lap in 2 minutes 02.036 for Panos again in this last race of the evening. La victoire, donc la 3e pour Panos dans cette soirée. Voilà pour cette 4e manche du GT Fusion 2023 World Championship. J'espère en tout cas que vous avez apprécié cette soirée. Demain, il y a les 3 top splits, hein, bien évidemment, de ce GT Fusion, commenté notamment sur les chaînes de El Loco et d'autres. N'hésitez pas à aller faire un tour sur la page Facebook du GT Fusion pour avoir toutes les informations. Thank you everyone for watching this long evening of GT Fusion with the Group F about this round 4 of the GT Fusion 2023 World Championship. Have a good night, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the show. See you soon for the round 5 then of the GT Fusion. Bye bye.